welcome back to a new video. My name is Emma if you don't know me, and I make crochet tutorials here on YouTube. If that's something you'd be interested in, please consider subscribing. I release videos every week-ish, new patterns. If you want to join, please do feel free. So today we're going to be making this jumper sweater thing. It's cropped, it's gorge. Here it is. I'm wearing it right now. It's so pretty. And the pattern is so easy, guys. So like, do not be afraid. If you're a beginner, no fear, don't worry. Like, it's so handy and you'll definitely be able to do it. And it's super quick as well. It takes about a day-ish to make it. And yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you do make this, please send me a picture. I'm gonna put my Instagram here. I have like a highlight on my Instagram as well of like stuff people have sent me, like pictures of stuff people have done like from my videos, and it's literally amazing. Like, I honestly like actually want to cry every time because it's literally the stuff you guys be making amazing, gorgeous and amazing. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you haven't, and that's kind of it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. If you have any requests, obviously as well, just leave them below and I will try to get to them. Okay, see you later. Bye guys. Hi guys, so for this project we are going to need a 6mm hook, a tape measure, scissors, stitch marker and a tapestry needle to weave in our ends, as well as, so we're going to need acrylic chunky yarn. I'm using Signet brand and I used about 4 to 5 balls. If you're making a bigger size or a longer jumper, you might need maybe 5 to 6. Maybe even more depending. So I made a UK size 8. So if you want a bigger size, or if you want it longer, if you want the arms a bit longer, take your measurements now and I'm going to tell you when to put them in the video so you can kind of customize this pattern for yourself. Because I want you all to be comfortable, guys. You know, no point making a jumper you're not comfortable in. So please do this and I'll show you when to put them in. So to start off, we're gonna make the sleeves, and I'm just gonna show you here how to make a slip knot. So here's me just giving you the visual. I'm gonna walk you through it now. I'm gonna show you twice. So here is just me doing it very slowly, and I'm gonna walk you through it next time. So what you're gonna want to do is wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers like this and create an X. Like that, and you're going to want to hold it down and create a U. Go under that first bit of yarn and remove your fingers. Hold your yarn and pull it tight. So pull on that U until it's super tight, like that. And it's adjustable, like it's going to move around as slip knots should. And so just insert your hook, and we're going to start on the ribbing for the sleeves. So you're going to want to chain 9 or to the length of 2 inches. So to chain, you face your hook downwards and wrap it around the yarn in an anti-clockwise motion, or up to the right. And you're just going to want to pull it through that loop on your hook. So wrap it around and pull it through. Super easy. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be flying. So you're going to want to do this 9 times or to the length of 2 inches. So once you have those 9 chains completed, we're just going to go straight in with a single crochet. So here is our 9 chains. And so we're going to go straight in with a single crochet. So to single crochet, you just insert your hook, push it right through, and wrap your hook around the yarn and pull it right through that hole. And now we're going to wrap our hook around the yarn again, just like this, and pull it right through those 2 loops that were on your hook. So do that one more time. So insert your hook, pull up a loop like that, yarn over, which is wrapping the yarn around your hook, and pull through 2. So we're going to do this until the very end of the row, and then I'm going to show you how to turn. So here is us doing our last single crochet of the row. Here it is, that's what it's going to look like, and we're just going to chain 1 when we're finished, and we're going to turn our work. So now we are going to front loop single crochet into every stitch along. So we are going to insert our hook right into the middle of this V here. So there's your back loop, there's your front loop. So just right through the middle, so that front loop is on your hook, just like that. And we're just going to pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 in a normal single crochet. The only difference here is that we're just going through the front loop and not the 2 loops. But the technique is the same for the single crochet bit. So we're just going to do this until the very end of the row. And I'll show you how to turn again, which is really similar to how you turned before. I just want to show you guys for clarity. So go into that final stitch and do your front loop single crochet. So you're just going to chain 1 and turn your work. And we're just going to continue doing this until we get to 10 inches or for your wrist measurement. So around your wrist. So make sure that this fits around your whole wrist for your measurement. So if you're using your own, just make sure it fits around your own wrist. For me it was 10 inches, but might be different for you, but just do it until it fits your own wrist. And so now we're done, and we're just going to chain 3. So make sure you have 3 chains on your hook, and we are going to want to double crochet. So insert your hook into anywhere you can find, but that's close to your 3 chains. Pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and that is your double crochet. So we are going to double crochet all the way down this row, and if you're making my size, we are going to want to do 44 double crochets along this row. If you're doing a bigger size, just make sure you do kind of a few extra double crochets than your kind of row calls for, so it kind of goes out, if that makes sense. So we're just going to go all the way along, adding a few extra double crochets in there, just so we kind of increase the number of double crochets in our row. So if you're doing my size, that's 44. If you're doing a different size, just do a few extra double crochets. And so here's me doing that final double crochet, my 44th double crochet, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work, and this is my turning stitch. So I'm going to single crochet into that first hole. So just a normal single crochet, and now I'm going to do a second single crochet in the hook furthest from me, in the loop furthest from me, sorry. So see those 2 loops there? I'm going to go into the one the furthest from me, and I'm going to do a single crochet into that hole, into that loop. So there's 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over to finish that second single crochet, and this just makes the edges really straight. Now you can just chain 3 and continue on. I just think this works better. And so we're going to do an increase here. So I'm just going to do a normal double crochet into that same hole. So I did my turning stitch, and I'm doing 1 normal double crochet into the first hole in our row. And now I'm just going to normal double crochet until I get to the very end of the row, and then I'm going to increase again, and I'm going to show you how I do that now in a second. So here is my final stitch, and I'm doing a double crochet, and I am just going to finish off that double crochet. I'm going to do a second double crochet into that exact same hole. So there we are, that's our increase at the end. So now we're just going to chain 1 and do our turning stitch again, which is that single crochet and that second single crochet in the loop furthest from us there. So we're going to want to continue increasing on at the beginning and end of every row until you get to the width that you need for your upper arm. So for me that was 14.5 inches. So I continued increasing until the width of this, so you can see it here, was 14.5 inches, and that was my measurement for my upper arm. So I knew that it was gonna fit around it, if that made sense. So I'm gonna show you here. So it took me 2 rows of increases to get to where I needed to be. So there it is there, and I knew that was going to fit around my upper arm. So just to recap, I have my ribbing, I've got my first row of 44 double crochets, I've got my increase row, and I have my second increase row there, where I increased at the start and end of each row. So now, plain sailing from here, we have chained one, and we are just going to double crochet. No increases, no decreases, literally the easiest thing ever. Double crocheting. Here's me just doing my turning stitch there. So completely straight double crochet until we get to the height of the length of your arm. So for me, I did 17 inches, which included the ribbing. So including the ribbing, I had 17 inches, which was the length of my arm. Now, honestly, guys, I wish I kind of did more. So if you're thinking you have the length for your arm, add a few more rows. There is no harm in it. I kind of wish I had made them a bit longer, but you know what? It is what it is. It still looks great, but just, you know, for comfort. So that's what the sleeve is going to look like. Really pretty. And here's my second one. So you're going to want to make two for both arms. So here's my second one there, and they look great. So we're going to put them off to the side, and we're going to start on the main body, the main event. So do a slip knot like this, just insert your hook, and we're going to do the same thing again. We are going to chain 9, or to the length of 2 inches. So there we are, and we're going to do the exact same thing as last time. So we're going to single crochet all along this row here. There's me doing the final stitch. We're going to turn one, chain one, and then turn. Chain one and then turn, and then we're going to front loop single crochet all the way down this row. And so for this, we're going to want our hip to hip measurement or your waist measurement. So whatever measurement you got for that, make this that long. So for me, I made this a total of 16 inches, because that is what my measurement was. That's going to go kind of around my waist. Now, it's not going to be fitted to my waist, but it's going to kind of be, it's not going to be oversized, but it's not going to like cling to me. So that was where I wanted it. So if you want a similar style, 16 might be right for you, but again, whatever you guys want. So now at the very end, we're going to chain 3, and we are just going to double crochet into that following stitch. And what we're going to do here, guys, is we're just going to straight double crochet all along this row. No extra double crochets, just into the holes you can find. Very simple, just double crochet all along the row like this. We're at the end here, so we're just going to chain 1. I've already done that, and then we're going to do a turning stitch. So this exact same as last time. So insert your hook, do a single crochet, then do another single crochet in the loop furthest from you, and then that's your turning stitch. And now just double crochet into the stitch next to it, and you're just going to do this until you get to the height you want, before we start on the neck. So for example, I wanted my length to be 14.5 inches, and I know that the ribbing is 2 inches and the neck is going to be 2.5, so that leaves me with 10 inches. So I went up 10 inches here with straight double crochet, if that makes sense. So there's my 10 inches right there, and then that 2 at the bottom for the ribbing. And now we are going to be starting on the neck, which is going to be 2.5 inches. So just fold your work in half and put a stitch marker right in the middle there. There you go. So unfold that, admire your stitch marker. And so what we're going to do now is we are going to get our tape measure and measure 3.5 inches there. So get your 3.5 and put that 3.5 right where the stitch marker is, right there. So get another stitch marker and put it right at the beginning of the tape measure. So you've got 3.5 one way, and we're going to go 3.5 on the opposite side as well. So right where that 7 is, put another stitch marker. Decisions, which one? There you go. So we have 3 stitch markers now, and we're right in the middle. So we've got 3 there. So you can take away the one in the middle, really, we don't need that. I guess I don't do that though. I'll take it away in a minute. So we've just got 7 inches right in the middle. So to do our neck, we are just gonna do our turning stitch right here. And if you've done my sweater vest tutorial, you know what's coming. We're gonna do a V, yeah, but it's like not really a V because we have that space in the middle. But you know how it is. So just gonna double crochet all the way down until we have 2 stitches left before the stitch marker. So here are our 2 stitches that are left here, and we're just gonna do a decrease. So to decrease, we wrap our yarn around the hook, insert, pull up a loop right there, yarn over and pull through 2. And now we're going to go straight into the next one. So yarn over, straight into that next hole there where the stitch marker is, and pull up a loop. So we've got 4 loops on our hook. We are going to yarn over now and pull through those 2. So we have 3 loops on our hook. And now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of them. So there is our decrease right there. So chain 1, 2 and 3. And now we are going to turn our work, and we are going to double crochet, not into that first stitch, so not into that one, into the next one right here. So just double crochet right into that stitch right there, just a completely normal double crochet, and we're going to go all the way back down to the end of the row. Just completely normal double crochet. So here's me at the end of the row. And we're going to chain 1 and do our turning stitch at the end, which is our 2 single crochets. So 1 single crochet there, and then our 2nd single crochet in the loop furthest from us, and then we're going to go right back down with our double crochet until we have 2 stitches left, in which we will decrease, and then we're going to turn and skip a stitch and go into the next stitch, and then just keep repeating that. So I did a total of 4 rounds, or 4 rows. So my shoulder in the end equaled to 4 inches there, which I think is a good length, which was right for me. So we're just going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're just going to pull up a loop, attach our yarn, and I'm just going to go straight into a decrease here. So I've just chained 3, and I'm just going to go into that same hole and do a decrease and just pull that tight there. And we're going to go right to the end of the row. And the reason I started in the middle is because I wanted all the stitches to be like the same, because if I did it like from the edge, it would have been like backwards, like the stitches would have been like on the wrong side. So that's why I started from the middle. So yeah, double crochet all the way down to the end, and then we're going to do our turning stitch, and then we're going to go back down, do a decrease, and then turn our work and skip stitch, and we're going to do the exact same thing until we reach 4 inches again in width and 2.5 inches in height. And that's kind of us. So here's our first bit, and here's our second bit. Oh my god, so quickly. So here's our front panel and our second panel, and they're literally the exact same. So no fear, if you've done the first one, second one, easy. You can do it, no problem. No differences here. So now we're just going to weave in our ends. So boring, but you know, has to be done. So finally, here we are. So with our 2 sleeves and our 2 body pieces. So what we're going to do now, easy, plain sailing, guys, we're just going to attach them. So we are just going to put that sleeve right beside the main body part, so we know like where to sew to. So put a stitch marker where that sleeve ends, just right there. Perfect. And so take that away, leave your stitch marker, and do the exact same thing on the other side. Just right there. Okay, so now time to attach. So I just did a double knot at the very end of the ribbing there, and so I'm just going to insert my hook, pull up a loop and chain 1. So I'm going to slip stitch all the way down until we hit the stitch marker where the sleeves are going to go. So I'm just going to pull up a loop here to slip stitch, 2 loops on your hook. Oh, I literally just didn't show that at all. Okay, next time, let's see. So insert your hook, pull up a loop like this, 2 loops on your hook and pull through that second loop there. Okay, perfect. So next one, insert your hook, pull up a loop like this, 2 loops on your hook and just pull through that second loop on your hook, and that is a slip stitch. So do this all the way down until you get to the place where your armholes are basically going to start. That, and we've already marked them with a stitch marker, so you will know when you get there. And then we're going to do it on the other side as well. So we're going to do it all the way up to that stitch marker there. That's what it's going to look like, all the way up like that. So that's it when it's done. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and that is going to look like that. So now we have to do the shoulder parts. So attach your yarn. I'm going to show you how to do the double knot here actually, because I didn't show you last time, which was very rude of me. So insert your hook and kind of make a loop, pull that loop right through like that, and just double knot it nice and tight so it doesn't come undone. So insert your hook and pull up a loop and chain 1. And so now we're just going to slip stitch all the way down so the shoulders are nice and attached together. And we're just going to slip stitch all the way down, but you guys know how to do that because we just did it for the other bit. So very quick job. There you go. That's what it looks like when it's done. And so now we have this large hole for the arm. So this is kind of tricky, but you can definitely do it. So get get the corner of your sleeve, the top corner, and place it like inside, if that makes sense, like inside of that armhole. Like that, and just like attach it with the stitch marker, just like make sure they like stay together like that. So corner to corner, and I'm just gonna attach them with my yarn so they stay nice and tight. So I'm just gonna insert my hook through the 2 things, so through the sleeve and through the actual jumper itself, so they're attached together. So get that loop, pull it right through and do a double knot. And exact same thing, insert your hook, pull up a loop and chain 1. And we're just going to slip stitch all the way around, and just make sure you're getting those 2 pieces on your hook every time that you're going through both, so you are attaching them. And honestly, like, because we have measured it out already, like, you know it's going to fit. So honestly, there's not really any need for stitch markers, because like as in like to attach, like to make sure you know where you're going, because it's, you know, it's going to fit. But you can definitely put them on if you need to, if you need a bit of stability. I so respect that. But it is going to fit because we've already measured it out. So you're just going to go all the way around like this. I'm just going to show you because it's kind of confusing. So attaching all the way around like that, and this is just going to make sure that we're getting it like inside out, so when we turn it around it's going to look great. So there you go, all the way around till we get to the very end, and then we're just going to attach them together, but I'll show you that when we get there. And then your corner is going to meet that first corner that we put on
like that. I'm so sorry if this is confusing, but once you do it, it will so make sense. So here's me just finishing off the sleeve, attaching the sleeve to the jumper. And this really conveniently brings us to such a handy place where we can just go ahead and attach the sleeves together. So we can sew the sleeves shut, basically. Amazing. So we don't even have to like cut off our yarn. We can just keep the yarn on the hook and go all the way down, slip stitch all the way down the sleeve, just like that. There you go, you can see it now. So there's the sleeve, and so we have now come to the place where we're going to attach them together. So as we have been doing, we are just going to sandwich them together and slip stitch all the way down. So yeah, all the way down. Here I am at the very end. So I'm just going to chain one and snip it off and pull that tight. And here we are, it's all attached. So make sure you do this on the other side as well, the exact same thing as we did here. She is so pretty. I'm obsessed with this jumper. I've already worn it, I've already worn it out. Like, it's so nice. So here's it all the right way around, so you can't see the seams or anything. So what we're going to do is the neck part now, and this is so easy. You guys are definitely going to be able to do this. So all that we're going to do is attach our yarn to some random point in the neck. I like to do it at the back, but it's up to you. So yeah, get that little hook, pull up a loop and chain one. So what we're going to do now is we are going to single crochet into every stitch along the neck. So just like that, single crochet all the way around. All around the neck. So just all the way around like that in single crochets. And then here's me just finishing off. So I'm just going to insert in the second single crochet and do a slip stitch, chain one, and then turn our work. And now we're just going to single crochet all the way around, and we are going to do this for a total of 2 rounds. So this is our final round of single crochet now. And then I'm going to meet you when I'm done. And here it is, guys. So we have our 2 single crochet rounds on the neck. Everything is attached. Here we are. Here's my Instagram in the little corner if you want to get in touch with me there. And yeah, this is kind of it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, that's kind of it from me. So thank you so much for watching. Again, get in touch with me on Instagram if you do make it. I would love to see. And yeah, that's gonna be it from me. So I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye guys. Thank you so much for watching.